Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and reinstall the front brakes on this 2001 VW Passat. This procedure is the same for any 98 to 01 Passat, and actually similar for any 90 to 2005, although there may be some differences in tools and whatnot. Tools you'll need for this 01 are jack and jack stands. You'll need your lug wrench or a 17mm socket and ratchet. You may need a pipe or a breaker bar for some extra leverage. T45 Torx bit with a ratchet driver, a large C-clamp, and a torque wrench. Use a flat blade screwdriver or similar tool to remove your hubcap.
Okay, if you don't have the benefit of air tools, you'll want to start with your vehicle on the ground, loosen the lug nuts, then raise it, support it, and remove the lug nuts.
And just speed it up here as I take the lug nuts off and remove the wheel and tire.
Okay, now we can see the condition of the brakes, and actually brakes on this car are brand new. You can see that the pad has tons of life left. The rotors are actually still showing some of their machine marks. They're nice and smooth, but if you want to check the condition of your brakes, you want to see how much pad you have left there. You take the back of your fingernail and run along the rotor. Make sure there's no deep grooves. There's also, you can look through this hole right here. There's the metal of the pad itself. Okay, but even though these are in good shape, we'll take them apart to show you how to do it. Okay, right back in here, there are caps here. Just use a screwdriver and pry that off. And there's also one right down here. Okay, and then you can see there's a bolt right in there. The T45 Torx bit. Put it back in that bolt. Come off pretty easily.
Okay, I'll speed up here as I undo those bolts. Once you get those bolts, once they stop traveling out, you can kind of just grab on them with your fingertips and pull them out just a little further.
Okay, you're going to want to take this retainer off. You just use a screwdriver. Pry that out right there. Okay. Pry that out right there. See, as it comes off, my rotor's about to fall off as well. Okay, the discs come out, or the pads come out. The inner pad has a wear indicator on it. Okay, you would want to disconnect it here, and I just did that by pushing on a little tab. That right up there. Okay, there's a little you pry out on that tab there, and turn it, okay, and then slide it right out. Okay, again, I don't need to change anything, so I'm just going to put that right back in, and then turn it and lock it in place. Okay, to remove your rotor, you can see I just kind of secured my caliper up there with some wire ties. To remove your rotor, you have to remove this bracket, which is 2 large bolts. One there, and then one up there. these bolts are usually going to be pretty difficult, so I've got my ratchet and 17mm socket. I'll put a piece of pipe on there, gives me some extra leverage. Make sure I hold that on there.
Okay, and I'll speed it up here again as I use the pipe and the ratchet for the upper one. Obviously, if you have a breaker bar or a tool like that, you can use that instead of the ratchet and pipe.
Comes off, then the rotor comes off. Again, as I said, nothing wrong with this rotor. Surfaces are very clean. Back on. Start both bolts in first. Okay, torque these bolts to 85 foot-pounds. We've got to cut the wire tie for the caliper down. Okay, pull it out. And before we can put the caliper back in, we have to reset the piston. Now, since this vehicle doesn't have much wear on it, the piston hasn't come very far out. But if the pads are worn down, the piston has to travel out, and that's how it adjusts. Basically, you want to have your old inside pad in there. Okay, take a big C-clamp, okay, and put it on. And then when you tighten the C-clamp, it's hard to show you this, but as you tighten the C-clamp, the piston just works its way back in. And once you can't tighten it anymore, it's pretty much all the way back in. Now it's ready to put the caliper back on. I want to make sure these bolts are sliding nice and easy. And push them all the way out. Okay. Put your outer pad back in place. And slide it right down in. Push your bolts in place in a seat. Use your T45 Torx bit again. Okay. Now tighten these to 20 to 22 foot-pounds. Put this retainer back on. You kind of put one, put it down like that, work this top one in, okay, and then bend it down like that. And then, if you need to, use your wrench, it will tap in. Okay, now just make sure everything's correct here. Plug in your wear indicator and then put your two plugs back in for these bolts.
Okay, I'll speed it up here as I put the wheel and tire back on, and then I start each lug by hand and then preliminarily tighten them with my impact wrench.
Okay, torque these lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds using a star pattern. Okay, there's a cutout for the valve stem.
Always be sure to pump your brakes beforehand and then do test stops from 5 to 10 miles an hour before road testing your vehicle. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.